So the second matchup that I will feature from my Red Zone League in Week 2 are the Hydra at the Maulers. The Hydra are the 1988 49ers, a very strong, very strong passing team, Joe Montana and the West Coast offense, and they're going against the Maulers, who are representing the 1983 Washington Redskins. And so somewhat contemporary, but very different styles of play, right? The Hydra, the 49ers, pass-happy team. They did have pretty solid running game. And the Maulers, absolutely ground-pounding things. You see their pass offense is rated at 1, but their run is at 4. Their defense is rated at 4 and 3, so a very strong defensive team also. So the Hydra's run defense is rated at 3. I think that they were so good on offense and so ahead of their times, people didn't realize they were a very good defensive team too. And their pass defense only at 2. So the Maulers have a drive bonus of 1 on the run when they're running the ball. The Maulers have a pass defense of 3 against the Hydra's pass defense of 4. This is erroneous here, saying that it is a 3. It's also a 1. So the Hydra have a drive bonus of 1 on passing plays. The Hydra special ability is the final drive in this last drive of the half and the last drive of the game. If they are tied or losing, they get an extra play on that drive. No drive bonus for those drives. But if they score, the half ends. And that means that if the 49ers are behind by, let's say, 3 points, and on this final drive they score a touchdown to go ahead, even if the Maulers have not had their last drive of the fourth quarter, the game ends. But the Maulers have something similar. Chew the clock. Get a little closer so you can read this too. So they had the Hogs, they were relentless run blockers. And so with the chew the clock, you put these two icons here. And when it's time for the Maulers offense to take the field for either of their fourth quarter drives, if they are ahead, the game just ends. That represents that they have just burned so much time off the clock. So very interesting, what would you call it? Asymmetrical play styles. So let's see how this goes. I've got to flip this coin here. Heads means that the home team takes the first kickoff, and in this case the Hydra take the first kickoff. So let's see, the kickoff value is 0, so it's a touchback. I will often mistakenly draw the entire deck of game day cards over. I find Tabletop Simulator to be a little fiddly. And excuse me, I'm fiddly anyway. If that happens, my protocol, if I catch it in time, is to back things up to where they were and redraw the card. If I can't figure that out, I do my best. So the Hydra are going to take the field, and the game designer here says that Tabletop Simulator has a hard time changing up the orientations of these cards and recommends multiple spins. So the Hydra are going to come out with a passing play here. Maybe tilt this back a little bit will make it easier to read. Yeah, that's probably good. They're going to run a halfback screen from the Pro set, which is a 2-dice formation. So the Maulers here are going to check their defensive formation. That's an 8, which is a zone. And a zone, I think a zone wrecks the special pass. It does. That is a defense breakaway for the Maulers right off the bat. Let's see what they come up with here. They can take either the game day event or the corner value. The corner value would technically back the Hydra up here, but since it's a punt, that doesn't really matter. Punts in this game, 3 lines. This being in this space, unless a team's special ability says differently, is the same as being on the 15-yard line. But if you start a drive here, that means that you've gotten pinned pretty deep and you are vulnerable to a safety. So if the Hydra had been here to start that possession, this -1 would have been a safety. But that did not happen, and so here we go. We got to get the drive token, giving a punt to the Hydra, and the Maulers will now make their play call. Spin it around a while, and Where it comes up, nobody knows until right now, and so they're going with their strength. An inside run from the power eye, that's a run-heavy formation, and so the Hydra will roll a single die, and they will roll a 6, which is a blitz, which has no impact on any kind of run. So their run value for their blitz is 3. This play value is 3. The minimum gain is 1, but the drive bonus is an extra. So this is the equivalent of a 4 versus 2 for a 2-yard line gain, plus whatever the game day event tells them to do. And it's an offense pass, so it has no effect. So it becomes a 2-line gain, and that gives the Maulers the opportunity to kick a field goal. They need a 7 or higher, and they missed the field goal. And so we will put a missed field goal icon there, and if I can find a missed field goal icon. So a missed opportunity for the Maulers to get themselves on the board here and try to chew up some clock. And the missed field goal results in a change of possession at the exact same spot on the field. Sorry, I'm a little picky with that stuff. So the Hydra offensive play is from their power running formation. It's a fake dive zigzag. So this is a, wait a minute now, I think that, so sometimes the play gets spun around. Yeah, see that? So the play that came up was the run. That's what I thought. So this is a fullback dive, an inside run. We're going to get a single die here. It gets a 4. That's a blitz again, and so that the run value there is a 3, but this is a minimum gain of 1. So 1 yard line plus whatever this shows. Oh, -1. Make it a 0. And so another punt for the Hydra, trying to get their fearsome offense on track here. Now, there could be a coffin corner punt here. If this card is a 12 punt value, it's a coffin corner punt. It's not. What happens on a coffin corner punt is the offense starts its drive here and is vulnerable to a safety. So the Maulers coming back. Otherwise, punts are 3 lines. The Maulers coming back. I'll spin this card the opposite direction just for fun. And this is a halfback stretch, another good play call for the Maulers. Again, from the power eye, this is an outside run. See if the Hydra can get a defense breakaway against it. No, they get a press, which I think has no effect on an outside run. And so it's a 4 + 1 is 5 against the run value for the press defense is only a 1. So this is 4 lines plus the play value here. Drop pass is nothing, so 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, and they are in field goal range again. And let's see if they have better success. They do. They make the field goal. So we will get the field goal made drive summary token out, and we will put the Maulers on the board with 3. Might not seem like a lot, but if they're ahead by 3 when the 4th quarter starts, that could be all she wrote. And now the kickoff. Kickoff goes to the goal line, and then you look at the corner value up here, 0, so that means a touchback, which in this game starts you at the 15. And let's see what the Hydra come up with for their offense here. Just remember, this is the run play. All right, so this is a fullback trap, a finesse run from far, which is their pass-heavy set. So they're trying to fool the Maulers a little bit here, catch them off guard. Maulers roll a 10. They come up with a blitz again, and blitz is can only affect passes for good or for bad. So the blitz value is 2, and this run value is 3. So that's a 1 yard line gain plus whatever they come up with here. And, oh, too bad that wasn't a pass, huh? So that's nothing. So they get a yard line, and they're going to punt yet again. A lot of punting in this game so far. And they do not get a coffin corner punt. So the punt travels 3 yards and puts the Maulers there. All right. So the Maulers coming back onto the field and looking to add to their lead. And another run, another good play call by the Maulers. Off tackle from the power I. This is a power run. Let's see. Oh, that is going to be that's tight run. Usually that's goal line. Tight run is a defense breakaway against the power run, so they did not execute that very well, and the 49ers, the Hydra, called a good defense. Let's see what they get from this. The choices are holding on the offense or a 0. Holding on the offense would back them up to this 1-2 spot and make them eligible for a safety, but would allow them to run another play. And chances of safety are kind of slim, so I think it makes more sense to force them to punt by accepting the 0 corner value for that run. And then that will allow the Hydra to have their final drive. Now they're going to get 2 plays on this drive, and that is a pretty significant advantage. And they're calling a pass play here, which is smart. Have to rotate this back around from the near. So once again, they're passing from their run formation. A 2 is goal line defense against play action. That's probably the one thing that was terrible, because against play action, the goal line defense is a defense breakaway. So let's see what happens here. Intentional grounding cannot decline. That's a loss of 2 yard lines, or they could take the -1. Now, the Hydra get the extra play anyway, right? So no matter what happens, they're getting another play. The question is, do you want to give them 2 more plays? No, they would get another play for the intentional grounding, and then they would get their extra play. So we're going to take the sack, and this will be the final play of the final drive of the half for the Hydra, and they are going to try to air it out here with a medium pass against the pro set, or from the pro set. And so Maulers are going to dial up a zone against a medium pass, which I think is a bunch of nothing. So it's just the pass. So 6, that's good pass value, +1. The zone defense value is a 5, though. That's a solid defense right there. So this is a total of 7 against 5. Oh no, I'm sorry. They don't get the drive bonus. It's a gain of 1 so far, and then whatever comes up on this game day card. And what comes up is an incomplete, and so even the final drive prowess of Joe Montana is not enough. And the Maulers will get the ball back. Did I do an extra drive? Did I forget to mark? This is going to have to be a 2-part video, because I have to go back and check the video. I think the Maulers punted a minute ago.